The Life and Sad Ending of Yvonne Craig. Yvonne Joyce Craig was born May 16, 1937 in Taylorville, Illinois, and was raised in Columbus, Ohio. In 1951, her family moved to the Oak Cliff neighborhood in Dallas, Texas, where she attended the W.H. Adamson High School and then Sunset High School, from which she did not graduate due to a lack of a single P.E. credit. After being discovered by Alexandra Danilova, a ballerina and instructor, Craig joined the ballet Russe de Monte Carlo as its youngest corps de ballet member. This training was helpful when she performed stunts while playing Batgirl. She left the ballet company in 1957 over a disagreement on casting changes and moved to Los Angeles in the hopes of continuing her dancing career, but found herself cast in film roles. One of her earliest television roles was in an episode of the TV series Perry Mason, The Case of the Lazy Lover, 1958, alongside Neil Hamilton, who played her stepfather. Shortly afterward, she appeared in 3 films, The Young Land, The Gene Krupa Story, and Gidget, all from 1959, and also guest starred in the TV series Mr. Lucky as Beverly Mills in the episode Little Miss Wow, also 1959. Next, Craig appeared with Bing Crosby in High Time, 1960, and in 7 Women from Hell, 1961, featured alongside Cesar Romero. In 1962, she guest starred on the Western Laramie with the episode The Long Road Back. Craig starred in roles with Elvis Presley in 2 films. It Happened at the World's Fair, 1963, and Kissin' Cousins, 1964. She also starred in the cult sci-fi film Mars Needs Women, 1966, and appeared in Like Flint, 1967, as a Russian ballet dancer opposite James Coburn. During the 1960s, Craig regularly appeared in television drama series. She appeared 5 times on The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis, portraying 5 separate girlfriends for the titular character between 1959 and 1962. In 1960, she played Jo, a young photographer with Charles Bronson in Man with a Camera. In 1964, Craig guest starred as Carol, an underwater photographer on Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Turn Back the Clock was the name of that episode. In 1965, Craig appeared in The Big Valley, episode named The Invaders, and Kentucky Jones, Kentucky's Vacation episode. Craig played a Navy nurse with exotic Arabian dance skills in an episode of McHale's Navy, Pumpkin Takes Over, as well as in an episode of The Big Valley with Lee Majors and Barbara Stanwyck, both airing in 1965. That same year, she appeared in an episode of The Man from U.N.C.L.E. called The Brain Killer Affair, where she helps to solve the mystery of a brain-endangering poison. The following year, she came back as an U.N.C.L.E. employee in a theatrical film, One Spy Too Many, expanded from the episode The Alexander the Greater Affair. In an episode of The Wild Wild West, The Night of the Grand Emir, in 1966, she played an assassin who performs an exotic Arabian dance. In a 1968 episode of The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, Haunted Honeymoon, she played Gladys Zimmerman, a bride-to-be who was stranded overnight at Gull Cottage. From September 1967 until March 1968, Craig appeared in her highest-profile role as Batgirl for the 3rd and final season of the 1960s ABC TV series Batman. As Batgirl, she wore a purple and yellow outfit and rode a purple motorcycle with white lace trim, whereas her alter ego was Barbara Gordon, the librarian daughter of Commissioner Gordon. The New York Times praised her for adding a scrappy girl power element to a TV series described as campy. During this time, Craig appeared as a contestant on the game show The Dating Game in 1967. Craig reprised her Batgirl role in a 1974 public service announcement for equal pay for women, sponsored by the U.S. Department of Labor Wage and Hour Division. In the PSA, Batman and Robin were tied to a post amid the threat of a ticking time bomb, but Batgirl refused to release them because she was paid less than Robin, in violation of the federal equal pay law. The PSA was written and directed by Sidney Gallanti and narrated by William Dozier, who had narrated the Batman TV series. Dick Gautier played Batman this time because Adam West was, at the time, trying to distance himself from that role. Craig reportedly felt some connection to the character and was sad that Barbara Gordon was shot and paralyzed by the Joker in the graphic novel Batman: The Killing Joke in 1988. After Batman, Craig continued to act sporadically in movies and television. She appeared in guest roles in It Takes a Thief, The Mod Squad, Mannix, and Emergency. Craig also appeared on Star Trek as Marta, a green-skinned Orion slave girl in the episode Whom Gods Destroy in 1969. From 1969 to 1972, she appeared in 4 episodes of the comedy series Love, American Style. In a 1970 episode of Land of the Giants called Wild Journey, she played one half of a humanoid, time-observing duo alongside Bruce Dern, who chased 2 of the Earth castaways, the series stars Gary Conway and Don Marshall, into the past, ultimately forcing them to relive the fight that sent them to the Giants' planet. In 1973, she appeared in a first-season episode of Kojak called Dark Sunday, and in 1977 she made a guest appearance in The $6 Million Man called The Infiltrators. When her Hollywood career ended, she veered into private business. She was briefly a co-producer of industrial shows before starting a new career as a real estate broker. From 2009 to 2011, she voiced Grandma on the animated children's series Olivia. Craig published an autobiography From Ballet to the Batcave and Beyond in 2000. She appeared in the documentary film Ballets Russes in 2005. In her personal life, Craig was married twice. In 1960, she married Jimmy Boyd and then divorced in 1962. After years of living alone, in 1988 she married Kenneth Aldrich, and they lived together until her death. She was also a philanthropist and an advocate for workers' unions, free mammograms, and equal pay for women. Sadly, Craig died at age 78 in her home in Pacific Palisades, Los Angeles, California, on August 17, 2015, from metastatic breast cancer that had spread to her liver. She was cremated and ashes given to her family.